In my last video, y'all had a lot to say about narcissism. Some of y'all are internet clinicians, internet psychologists using ChatGPT and Google to let you know or what you believe is narcissism. So we're going to talk a little bit more about Papoose and Remy and how covert narcissism shows up in relationships, because y'all really don't know what y'all be talking about. Okay. But in this ongoing saga, Days of Our Lives, Young and the Restless, as the world turns, every day there is something new because they have a phone in their hands. And so I want to talk a little bit more about covert narcissism, because this ongoing battle, okay, that they're having with one another has brought life behaviors that resonate with patterns that I commonly observe in couples therapy that I do in relationships involving covert narcissism. Now, narcissism is a buzzword. It's the most overused word to me on the internet. People think they know what it is because he didn't want to go on a second date with you. He must be a narcissist. He didn't like your photos. Okay. He must be a narcissist. Okay. But what about female narcissism? Okay. Now, I think it's important to approach these conversations with sensitivity, because I do not have direct knowledge of these individual private lives, experiences. So I'm only seeing little bits and pieces and traits of narcissism in this situation. Okay, so let's explore together how narcissism manifests in marriages and divorces. How many of y'all have been married to a narcissist? How many of y'all are trying to heal from parents who are maybe narcissists, maybe have narcissistic traits? A lot of my clients come to session and they're trying to heal from parents and caregivers who were narcissists. And you really don't know that you were sleeping with, dating, that your parent is a narcissist, and probably until somebody tells you, points out things, you see similarities in your friendship groups, or you go to therapy and a therapist talks to you about narcissism and says, "Hey, have you ever heard this book? You ever thought this?" And then you start putting together the pieces of the puzzle that, oh, maybe my daddy is a narcissist. Okay, so let's first, check out what Remy had to say. Okay, let's look at a little bit of her live.
Woo! Oh, I'm never posting nothing because people don't understand. When I type shit out and when I write shit, they don't understand. I am live as we speak. When I type things in, people don't understand. Turn that camera on, ugly, and tell your lies. Don't type your lies. Tell them. Speak. While people talking to you, you read the comments. You can't keep up with them if you do that, right? I'll wait. Because I've been sitting by my phone all fucking day because I know you can't take the L. You can't take the public people not on your dick. You can't take that, right? Every time you come up, mentions me, says anything, or do anything that I don't.
Now, is Clarissa a come up? Okay. And when will people learn to put down the phones? Now, let's talk a little bit deeper about covert narcissism and marital dynamics. Okay. Because some of y'all need to learn some things today. Now, covert narcissism, often referred to as vulnerable or introvert narcissism, is not as loud as the typical me, I. It's all about me. It's very subtle. Small manipulative behaviors, a persistent need for validation. And so, what do people nowadays do for validation? Where they go? The internet. They go live. Okay. And there's a lack of empathy, all while maintaining a facade of humility and victimhood. So, I want y'all to pay attention, because in this short clip that we just saw, I saw some of those things. All of a sudden, he ugly. All of a sudden, his PP too little. Okay, but it wasn't all them other times. All right. And is it just me, or do you feel like Remy's trying to come off as a victim? Do you think that Papoose is trying to come off as a victim in this whole situation? And let's look a little bit more before we go into more details of covert narcissism.
Like every time your current come up situation, I'm gonna drag you. And every time you bring your little girly self on here and saying something, I'ma drag you.
The emasculation. Okay, the emasculation. All right. And to me, like, once again, like I said in my last video, if people are so happy when they move on, why are they focused on who they ex is sleeping with, what the ex is doing? If you're really so happy and she at the mall, like, enjoy the mall. Enjoy the mall.
Every time, Willie. I'm gonna drag you every time, Willie. Every time. I was just trying to get back with you yesterday. Get back with what? Get back with what? Why the fuck would I be trying to get back with you, sir? Stop lying to these people. Did, did y'all look at the date on that file? Oh, it's so easy to file. He filed that today. He filed this today. Who gave you the money? They gave you the money. You should.
My other question is, why is it so much on the man to file? Y'all know anybody can go up to the court building. They are legal residents of, I believe, New Jersey. So it's not like you have to wait a time period to become a legal resident of the state you living in. You are residents of New Jersey. So why is it so much on Papoose to go file the papers when she could have did the same thing? They've been going through this, according to the media and things we have seen, for what, 2 years? But for some reason, I've noticed that a lot of times people put on the man. Well, I'm waiting for him to file the papers. Why he haven't done it? Why haven't you? Why haven't you?
Look at me doing your favors again. I got y'all lit. All the blogs pick y'all up. You can use all my perks, all my front row perks, all my jewelry perks, all my jacket perks. Y'all lit. I got y'all lit. And look at me again, still doing you favors. I got your lawyer retained. Look, look at him. Look at him over there. Emotional. You emotional creature. Men are emotional.
Emasculation. So another thing, y'all want men to be emotional, be vulnerable, but look what y'all do. Emasculate them. I don't think the world is really ready for men to really be vulnerable, share what they're going through, not put facades that they always strong, because there's always in the back of your mind, is she going to use this against me someday? When we get into a fight, is she going to call me a punk? Is she going to call me sassy? Is she going to use the times that I was vulnerable about what I'm going through, about my relationship with my mother, things that I'm hurting about, not only against me, but in front of the world? Okay, so let's go a little bit deeper into understanding different things about covert narcissism. Emotional withdrawal, using silence or emotional unavailability as a form of punishment or control. Okay, you stonewall, you put a wall up to punish. Okay, victim mentality, consistently portraying oneself as wronged party to elicit sympathy and avoid accountability. But y'all still gonna tell me I'm wrong, right? People are still gonna say this lie does not indicate any of the things that I brought up so far. Another one, passive aggressive behavior, expressing hostility indirectly, such as or through sarcasm, procrastination, things like that. But then there's also going to be the people in the comments saying like, oh, she has a right to behave this way because she's been putting up with a lot. He ain't got no job. Okay, he ain't got no career. She's been unhappy for a long time. So she finally out. So that makes this okay. Okay, we're going to have those people too. Now, during a divorce, it's a smear campaign. Now, let's get back to the smear campaign, okay?
Emotional creatures, I have no ill will towards you, Papoose. Men are just emotional creatures. You over there on your little Instagram page, I helped you get all your little followers. Oh, I was trying to get back here. Y'all, would y'all like to see my messages from yesterday? Here's my phone right here. Would y'all like to see my messages from yesterday? Let's go to my messages. Let's go. Let's flip this real quick. This is my messages. Look what he saved as. Bozo. Let's scroll down. Let's go to yesterday. This is
Why
yesterday.
is this
Let's
necessary?
Go up. Look at him being my friend. Sending me pictures of the baby. My daughter's asleep. This is Tuesday. My daughter's asleep at 11:18. My daughter's asleep. She's asleep. This she sleep. This is the other day. This is the other day. Everything's fine, right? Ain't no issues. You ain't telling you sending those type of texts at 11 Sunday night, right? Okay, what I said, leave my baby alone. Should be thanking me. That's it. Everything he got yesterday at 10:59. Can you send me your lawyer's name and number? Just call my lawyer again. Like I told you, you have not retained or paid her. Tell Clarence to pay it. He will do it. I'm on hold. We'll be speaking to my lawyer shortly.
Clarence somewhere like, how I get in it? How am I catching strays? It sounds like to me, he just trying to set up, okay, let's start this process. Give me the name and number to your lawyer so my lawyer can contact yours. We can set up a day where we can really start talking and getting this thing, going. But instead it's used as, see, you still talking to me. You still trying to get back together with me. We have to communicate. We have a child. We have a life together. We have assets. We have things we have to split up. So yes, we have things we're going to have to communicate about.
I have no clue who that is. Spoke to my lawyer. We are meeting Saturday. Then we'll be ready for mediation. My lawyer just spoke to the person who said was your lawyer, and she stated she still hasn't been retained, and that you should reach out. That she'll reach out to you. I'm tired of y'all playing public image games with me, and I'm being the bigger person, not playing back. I tried to be nice, but you played in my face. Garbage day is tomorrow, which is today. All things not belonging to me and my daughter will be on the curb tonight. I've been storing it for over 6 months. That's over 2. I spoke to my attorney again. She did not speak.
So this is the part to me that becomes vindictive. I've been storing your stuff for 6 months. Now all this stuff is coming out in the public. I'm done with it. And so to punish you, I'm gonna get rid of all your shit and put it on the curb. Okay. Once again, another thing about these relationships, there is a lack of emotional intelligence to see past one another's right. Each person wants to be right. And who do you think get hurt in the middle? The kids. Okay? The children are the ones who are become puppets, pawns in a situation of both parents trying to be right.
The attorney says turn I spoke. We are meeting Saturday, which is as soon as her schedule allows. After that, we will be ready to proceed. The graduation is June 6th, right? No, it's June 5th. Stupid.
Oh. Stupid. That's such like a New York thing. But to me, like his messages are not coming off like rude. It's to gain information, it's to move forward. It sounds like he wants to be a part of the graduation. He's trying to make sure he has a correct date, but it just seems like no matter what is being used against him.
Get back what you win. That's Stop playing with me. Every time you say something, I'm a bomb you. Shall I scroll back to when you was in Africa and people was wishing they got their shots? Shall I scroll back to them? Let me scroll back to them. Play with me. Play with me. Play with me. And my daughter goes to bed at 9:30 at night. 10:30 on a bad night. So if he's telling you I was talking to calling my daughter, it's a lie. My daughter has her own phone. She has her own phone. Okay? Stop playing with me, sir. Oh.
And another thing, like when kids have their own devices to communicate with your ex, I don't know, is it always right to just communicate directly through the child? I think there are times where yes, you can call the iPad, you can call the phone and talk to your child, but there's gonna be things when you're co-parenting that you need to discuss with the mama, the daddy, all those things. But divorcing a covert narcissist can be challenging, as you see. Okay. The manipulation and the control. In these situations, when one party loses control, what do they do? Let's go through it. Get y'all notes out. So when you're going through your own divorce, when you're leaving, you can clock these things. Okay. Smear campaign. Spreading false narratives. Okay. To damage the ex reputation, to garner support for themselves. Okay. Financial manipulation. Now it came out also that Papoose said he wrote most of her songs. I think he said 90%. She came on and said she'd been footing the bill for everything and he never wrote anything. I don't, who knows what's really true. I think you can probably go back and look at her probably through Wikipedia or somewhere and figure out, looking at the credits on her albums and things like that, who really wrote some of this stuff. Okay, who's getting the credits? Legal sabotage, number 3. Deliberately prolonging legal proceedings or using the court system to harass your ex-partner. So that's going to be the next chapter. Okay, that's going to be the next chapter. Okay, parental alienation. Attempting to turn a child against the other parent to maintain dominance and control. Now, I hope it doesn't get to that point, but even in the relationships I have seen outside of this one, because I'm not seeing that, oftentimes the mama is bad talking to daddy, telling the child stuff. And then for years, you go about not seeing your daddy. And then you grow up, some of y'all grow up and finally get in contact with your daddy. And then he tells you, maybe shows you proof that he's been trying to contact you for years. But your mama wouldn't let him in. Your mama moved, wouldn't tell him where y'all moved to. And then how do you feel when you realize the person you trusted, loved, believed was really the one keeping you from your daddy? Okay, and it can be mamas too. Your mama been trying to reach out to you, but your daddy new wife don't want the old thing in the picture. So then it's like, oh, well, your mama moved away and we don't know where she went. But the reality was maybe she lived down the street in the same city. And now you're just like, okay, what am I supposed to believe? Because my mom is saying she's been down the street for 10 years. My daddy said she never knew where she was. Then I got this stepmama I really don't like. That's some of y'all lives too. Okay? That's some of the things that y'all been going through, trying to navigate. Who do I believe? Who do I trust? And then you take that trust, that mistrust that now you have for your parents, into your relationships, your romantic partners, into your friendships. Because now all these years you trusted all these people who abuse the trust. So how can I trust my new man, my new girlfriend, when everybody in my life has lied to me? Okay.
Oh, and you just filed that today. Look at the date. For anybody that just came in and just missed that, don't play with me, sir. Don't play with me. Nobody was trying to get you back. If I wanted to get you back, all I had to do was just listening to the cries and the pleading. I have that too. You want me to play the audio of you crying?
So let's go back. What was it again? Emotional manipulation, passive aggressive behavior, smear campaigns. Okay, but I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay.
Or do you want me to play some footage of you sleep on the couch? What happened? The last time that you was over there, and I'm like, bro, this ain't it. Stop. You're never gonna win this with me because I don't care anymore. Listen to me. Look at me. The woman that you need, she is gone. You have successfully got rid of her. That lady that gave you grace, that saved face for you, that took the hit so that we both don't look crazy, even if it made me look crazy, because I feel like, oh, you know what, my celebrity can take it. Yours can't, I can take the hit. She's gone. She's gone now. Now go explain that. Matter of fact, let's scroll down. Oh yeah, there was no.
But once again, y'all gonna tell me I'm wrong, right? That I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. And no, I'm not siding with either party. I think they are both wrong. They both need to get off the phones, go to a mediator, and handle this in private. But there is one person who is at the forefront a little bit more.
Shots to go to Africa. It was pills. How do I know? Because the text came to my phone because he's still on my health insurance. He just didn't want you to go. That's all. So he could sit over there and call me every day about how being here just makes me think about everything. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Not yesterday. I was laid up yesterday. Was I not laid up? Were we not laid up? Oh.
We?
What?
Who over there?
Ew. Ew. I don't even like the cologne you wear. It's gross. Ew. Oh, come on. And you got me blocked. Emotional. Why I'm blocked? Why I'm blocked? How you popping shit and trying to talk shit about me and
How
got me
he?
blocked? I can't even see it.
But y'all texting
Thankfully,
though.
I know you can't take an L. I know you're over there losing your mind trying to figure out what you're gonna do next. I'm gonna do everything. Everything that you think that I might not do, I'm going to do. Everything. Everything.
This whole situation to me is a case study on divorce in the public eye. Okay. All these behaviors are aligning with patterns, public accusations. Whenever these celebrities, divorce, most of them, I shouldn't say most, because some of them have been kind of private. I guess Tia's divorce was private. Some of them have been. But there's the public accusations. Remy's sharing private messages, accusing him and his new partner of conspiring against her, labeling and blame. Papoose is blaming Remy and calling her a narcissist. Where's the line? Okay. Accusing her of infidelity, shifting blame, portraying her as the victim. Who's in control of the narrative? Because they're both fighting. It's not fighting to be right to me. I think it's about controlling the narrative. So they're going to continue to engage in public discourse, okay, aiming to control the narrative to gain public sympathy. But for what, though? For what? Is it so that the public will pat you on the back, give you a hug, railroad the other person? There's a struggle for validation, common in divorces involving covert narcissistic behaviors. Okay, let's get into a little bit further.
Everything. Stop lying through the fucking teeth that I paid for. You fucking liar. And God had to say I paid for so I could call my daughter godmother months in a fucking receipt.
Okay, she's starting to cuss way too much for my video. But that's another thing. When you get to the point where I thought everything that we did in a relationship was mutual. Now it's like I bought you that car, them clothes you wearing, the cologne, the teeth. I'm the one that introduced you to your barber. All the things you thought were because I love you, because I want to see you look good, because we both need our teeth done. It becomes the power and control of I bought them teeth. The teeth she kissing on, licking on, I bought them teeth. Okay. But some of the ways you can kind of navigate, divorcing a narcissist for people who are in similar situations or are thinking about getting a divorce, because some are around the corner. Limit direct communication. Try not to talk to them directly. Try and go through your lawyers. I know when it comes to family court cases, they have this app where the parents only communicate through the app. Do those things, okay? Document interactions. Now, some of y'all are doing that by recording people, doing emails. I think a good thing is to do emails because it's really hard to manipulate emails. They have timestamps on them, and you can show proof. You can show a whole thread of emails you've reached out about custody, holidays, visitations, all that stuff. I think it's better having an email than a text message because eventually you're going to get a new phone. But in the email, it's saved in the Google Cloud, whatever it is, and you can go back years. Okay, 2015, let's see, we were talking about initially getting a divorce and how we were going to split up things between the kids. Google, Gemini, find that email. Okay. Also seek support outside of the internet. Okay, whether that's family, a therapist, any type of mental health professional, support groups to navigate the emotional toll that a divorce is going to have on you. Now, some of y'all said divorce is like a death. It can feel like that because there is a grieving process, but there is life after divorce. Do not stay because of the kids, because of this, because of that, because you feel like you're selfish if you leave. Part of self-care is sometimes leaving a relationship, leaving a marriage to foster you a new life for growth. And speaking of self-care, make sure you have some type of routine and prepare yourself when you have to deal with the ex. Okay, I know this weekend we got drop off. I'm gonna have to see this person, deal with them, her mouth, his mouth, seeing that she was somebody else and I'm hurting from her, being with somebody else and being happy. Let me prepare myself mentally. And then what can I do for myself once I drop the kids off? Because I'm gonna need something to help me regroup until they get dropped back off. Okay, and that's another thing we want to talk about is that when kids start going over to their mama house, their daddy house, whoever, the emptiness inside your home that you're not used to. Okay, you're as much as our kids go on our nerves, when they go, it's like, damn, the house quiet. Now I know he be bothering me about his snacks, but I miss that little fool. Having to get used to the silence in your home is something that we don't talk about. But I want to just talk a little bit more about covert narcissism, healing from a narcissistic relationship, navigating narcissism in relationships in terms of marital dynamics in divorce. Okay. And as much as I don't like it, y'all still gonna tell me I'm wrong. And I think people already have their own assumptions, ideas. You know, they got their degrees from Google and ChatGTP and TikTok about what narcissism is, what it looks like. Okay. But of course, let's get into it. Let's chat about narcissism, covert narcissism, and this whole stories, the stories. You know, I feel like I'm watching Young and the Restless. Days of Our Lives. Okay, all my children. But tap in, join the membership. The membership is only $1, y'all. $1. Join the membership because during the summer we'll have members only chats, lives, and I want to connect with my community a little bit more. So make sure you tap in, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.